Alright guys, thanks a lot for stopping by We Live a Lot. Today I wanted to bring you a review of the UCO Candle Lantern. This is actually the deluxe version. This is the UCO Candelier. This one actually has 3 candles. They do make one that's smaller that only has 1 candle. I actually want to get that one at some point and kind of test it out. Those are a little bit better for throwing in a backpack. This one's probably better for, you know, like the campsite. I wouldn't say this is a good one to take backpacking. The 1 candle is probably a lot better for just kind of throwing in a backpack and taking on that backpacking trip. So I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick kind of how this works. The reason we got the UCO Candle Lantern is I like it a lot better than the kind of harsh LED lights that you get with a lot of the battery powered lanterns these days. Gives you kind of more of that warm, cozy feel. Because let's face it, honestly, like if you just need light, an LED battery powered light's probably a lot more convenient. You know, that's not the reason you're getting a candle lantern. Candle lantern's better for that warm, sort of cozy light. It just feels a lot more like camping when you're using candlelight, you know, rather than the LED harsh lighting. The other thing these are cool for is if your lantern happens to, your battery powered lantern, maybe your batteries are dead. If you keep a couple of these candles packed away, you'll always have some battery power or some light with the candle lantern. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this here is the UCO Candelier. So you can see it has 3 candles. This one has 3 different candle types. All of these candle types are these 2 here are 9 hours. You got the citronella. The citronella is good for kind of keeping the bugs away. And then you got your 9 hour. These are just sort of the standard. I don't have any of the beeswax. I guess the beeswax are good for 12 hours and they burn a little cleaner. So that's the benefit of having the beeswax candle. But the cool thing is when you put these together, you can actually put like maybe 1 or 2 citronella in if your focus is to keep the bugs away. And then maybe 1 of the regular. These are just a little more expensive, so you don't have to burn all of these at once. Or maybe you got a really bad bug problem and you want to put all 3 citronella in. That's totally up to you. So you can kind of mix and match with the 3 different candle types, which is sort of a neat feature. So let's go ahead and break this thing down real quick so I can show you exactly how this works. Okay, so the way this works is you're going to actually twist this here. Okay, this comes off the main lantern part, and then you have the candle holders here. So the candles will actually come out completely. You just twist it, you pull up, you'll see there's a spring there, and then the way it works is this actually comes out. See, it's got this little metal piece here that you put underneath your candle. You put the candle in there, and then the reason you have this spring makes it so that it pushes that candle up. So you always have the candle being pushed to the top. So the way you put this in here is you just put the metal piece under the candle, push the spring down, make sure and find the gap. A little tricky sometimes, so you just got to make sure and find the gap and then just twist it in like that. You got these here. These are great because it'll actually show you when the candles get low. So when you see you got no space here, that means that the candle's been pushed up and you're getting really low. So you know you got to change your candle soon. So if you're, you know, throwing this into your camping stuff maybe the next year and you see that this is completely blank, you might want to grab a couple of extra candles before that camping trip. All right, so let's go ahead and light these real quick. I'm going to move these away for safety real quick. So let's go ahead and fire these up. These torches are really great for camping too, guys. If you want one of these, I'll link that in the description for you. All right, let's go ahead and put this. You can kind of see the candle light's kind of inconsistent there. You can see how it's kind of flickering. Watch when we put this on, it kind of steadies the... See how it really just kind of steadies those? So you get a lot less of that flickering, which is pretty cool. So there you go. So now it's lit. So now that we've got that lit, guys, real quick, I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you being here. If you really like this content or you like this video, you think it's helpful, you can check out some of our other videos. We do all kinds of gear reviews and that kind of stuff. We kind of share all of our outdoor adventures. If you could subscribe to our channel, it just would really mean the world to us. We'd really appreciate it. or even giving the video a like really helps us out. But let's go ahead and keep going here with this the review of this UCO Candelier Candle Lantern. So this is cool. I'm gonna actually make sure and show you what this looks like at nighttime. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to show you how this may or may not heat up a tent. A lot of people like to get these to help heat up a tent for some extra warmth. One of the cool features about this is you have this top part here is actually a burner. Okay, so they advertise that you can actually, I've never done this before, and I'm going to go ahead and do it for this review, but they say you can actually boil water on here. Whether you need a cup of coffee, or maybe you need you know, a cup of water or so for your dehydrated meals that you just need to add some water to. So we're going to test that out. I'm going to put a little pan on here. We're going to see how long that takes. That'll be kind of probably the next thing that we do here. Gonna show it to you in the tent. I'll wait till tonight and do some video of this at nighttime as well, so you can kind of see how this looks at night. I mean, it looks cool now, but let's wait till nighttime so we can see how much light it puts off. Okay guys, real quick before we get to the actual heating up the water, I just wanted to share with you some of the specs on this. Okay, so it says you're going to get about 60 lumens, you're going to get about 9 hours of candle light with each of these candles, and then you're going to get about 5,000 BTUs for heat. I'm going to go ahead and test the heat a little bit. I'm actually going to set up my tent tonight and see if we can warm that up a little bit. I'm also going to do a video on how to heat up your tent with a candle. So go ahead and check that video out too. That'll be kind of a separate video, but I'll do a little bit of that also in this video to show you whether or not this helps heat up that tent a little bit. I think that's about it. The height is 8 inches, the width is 4 inches. You can kind of see how big it is compared to my hand, and it's about 18 ounces. So, you know, like I said, this will be a great one for camping. Probably not so great for backpacking, since they have the single candle lantern, the UCO Candle Lantern. That would probably be better choice for if you're backpacking. It's significantly smaller, puts out less heat and less light, but you usually don't need quite as much light if you're just backpacking. So, but let's go ahead and see if it will heat up some water for us. All right guys, okay, let's go ahead and take a look here. I have water now. We got our little backpacking cooking pot. You can use it for backpacking or camping. It's a thin little pot just to boil up some water. We're going to see how long this takes. You can see right now, let's see. Oh, it's not focusing. 6:26. I don't know if you can see that. 6:26. So we're going to see how long this takes to get some water boiling. If we don't get a boil, we'll see how long it at least takes for a good hot cup of coffee, or maybe hot enough to throw in you know, a dehydrated food pack. So you can get your food nice and hot and ready to go. But you can see that the candle lantern does a great job of blocking the wind, so you don't get too much movement with those flames. Also real quick guys, while I have you here, I do have a link in the description to this candle lantern, so you can kind of see how much the price is. It kind of fluctuates a little bit, but go ahead and click that link and see, you can see some user reviews and that kind of stuff, and the price and everything. Also I'm going to link all those candles that I was showing you, so you can get some extra candles for it if you want. And then anything else I show you in this video, if it's necessary or something that you might want, I'll go ahead and make sure and I link it in there for you. But yeah, let's go ahead and see how long this water takes to warm up. Alright guys, so we have been heating the water now for, I believe it's been about 40 minutes or so. Let's see, it's 7:02. So I think we're just a few minutes short of 7:40. So 35-40 minutes ish. This has been going on. The water is not quite boiling, but it is hot. It's hotter than like if I put my finger in it, it's way too hot for my finger to be in there. So if you're making a cup of coffee, or even trying to warm up some of the like a dehydrated food, I think this would be perfect for that. Or honestly, even if you're trying to keep a cup of coffee warm, like say you just wanted to put your mug on something to keep your coffee or maybe your food warm, as long as you were using like a metal plate, something like that, I think it would be great for that. Now, if you need boiling water for something, this is probably not your best option. And let's face it guys, if you need boiling water, you're probably not using this as your best option for boiling water. You probably have some type of camp stove, whether it's a portable one for backpacking or like a Coleman camp stove for camping. But hey, you know, if you have this lit, you know, next to you around the campfire, and you got a warm cup of coffee or hot chocolate or something, and you want to set it on there, and you want to keep it warm, man, there's no better use for it than that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna let it get dark. Let's go ahead and see how this thing actually works at nighttime. Let's see how the UCO Candle Lantern does inside of a tent to help heat things up a little bit, and then yeah, we'll see how it does. Okay guys, for the next section of this review of the UCO Candle Lantern, I wanted to show you what it looked like inside the tent. Check that out, that's pretty cool. You do want to make sure and put this on something. Make sure that you're putting it on something, and also make sure you're not getting too close to the side of the tent. It's already a little warm right there, but I don't think it's going to get too much hotter than that, so that's fine. You just want to make sure you don't get it right up next to it, so that it can melt some of that plastic from your tent. But guys, I can honestly say, so I'm actually shooting another video simultaneously with this one on how to heat a tent with a lantern, or I'm sorry, heat a tent with a candle. And I can say I've put the tarp on the outside of the tent. If you guys want to check out all the things that I've done to heat this tent up, you can check out that video. I'll make sure to include that in the description. But man, I can feel it getting warmer in here already. When I came in, I know that it's a little bit of my personal body temperature, but what I've done to the outside of the tent has actually helped heat it up a little bit too. So I've got the candle lantern going. So I got the thermometer in here. Right now it's 66. I just wanted to show you, I'm gonna go ahead and put the probe. This is a meat thermometer, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this probe over the candle lantern just so you can see it heat up real quick. So you can see, look at the heat that candle lantern is putting out. Okay, it's already over 100, 102. So you can see that it's putting out a lot of heat. Whether or not it's going to heat up the tent a lot, I don't know. It's been on for about 5 minutes and it already feels like it's significantly hotter in here. Oh, by the way too, I'm also shooting a video about lighting a tent. So if you guys want to check out this cool LED light bulb and these string lights, make sure and check that out as well. Also in the description. But guys, I can tell you, even without using the thermometer, sitting in this tent with the tarp over it, it's already getting significantly warmer in here. Like I said, I know that's a combination of my body heat, but yeah, I can definitely feel it getting warmer for sure. So I did want to also show you guys what this looks like when it's completely dark outside. It's not completely dark. Let me actually turn this light off real quick so you guys can see. See, look at that warm light that it puts out. Guys, this is my favorite part of the candle lantern. Look at that warm light. Like nothing beats that. You can't mimic that type of light, you know, with these LED light bulbs. Let me just throw this LED light bulb on real quick. Look at that. Look at that harsh white light. Okay, let me turn it off. This warm lighting. This is why I like my UCO Candle Lantern right here. You just can't beat that. Just can't beat that. That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and let it get dark. I can tell you right now, it is warming this tent up. I don't care what the thermometer says. I can feel it. I'm getting hotter. With all the things that I've done to insulate the tent and the combination of the candle lantern, it's definitely getting warmer. So yeah, let's go ahead and wait till it gets completely dark and see what this guy looks like. All right, guys, it's finally nighttime, and you can see it's dark outside. So I wanted to show you what the candle lantern looked like at nighttime. The UCO Candelier 3-candle lantern. So it looks awesome. You can see it puts out a really, really warm light. You saw when I was inside the tent earlier that it just put out so much warmer of a light than the LED lights that you can get, you know, with battery powered LED lanterns that put out that really harsh white light. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick this up, and we're going to go ahead and walk around my yard with it just a little bit so you guys can see how the 60 lumens kind of light everything up. This light is perfect for sitting around camp. Just enough light to see each other a little bit, but not so much that it's like, you know, hard to see the stars, or, you know, sometimes when you light a lantern at night at camp, it can be kind of harsh. and hard on the eyes. This is that perfect, you know, real firelight, that warm firelight. Let's see if you guys can see in there a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and pick this guy up. One thing I was going to say about the handle too is it's got the nice grooves in the top, you know, so it can sit in your fingers. So it's really easy to carry around. So let's go ahead and carry this around. Okay, hope I don't trip and fall. So you can see I'm walking around with it now. I'm gonna come over here and walk over to this tree so you guys can kind of see when I get close to the tree that it lights up. Okay, there we go. Getting closer to the tree. So there's the tree. So you can kind of see the light that it puts off. There's the branches. So let's put it a little closer to the ground. So if you're holding it down by your side, it's enough to where you can see the ground. It's not picking up on the camera very well, but I can actually see the ground really well for walking around. But yeah, so there you go, guys. The UCO Candle Lantern, made in Seattle, great old USA. That's a really cool thing about it. I appreciate and respect that it's made in the United States, so that's awesome. Guys, if you want one of these, I got a link in the description for you. Like I said before, you know, this isn't going to give you the light of one of those crazy LED, you know, lamps that require, you know, 7D size batteries. You're going to get a lot more light out of those, but guys, when it comes to atmosphere, you just can't beat this candle lantern. Like, this is awesome. So maybe it's not the most practical thing, but I can promise you, you know, when you pull this out on a camping trip, it's going to be a showstopper, and everyone's going to love sitting around and playing cards or whatever to this candle lantern a lot more than they are to that harsh LED light. So something that I strongly recommend, not from a practical standpoint, but just because it's really freaking cool. Throw in some of those citronella candles, and you got yourself some bug repellent too. Throw it in your tent at night, you got some heat. You know, keep your hot cocoa warm with the burner on top. I'd say that it has plenty of uses, and it's also just a really cool thing. So yeah, links in the description. If you guys thought that this was a cool video, please subscribe to our channel, give us a like. Would mean more to us than you could ever possibly imagine. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. So one thing I always like to say at the end here is don't ever settle for living a little when you can get out there and live a lot. Bye.